Have you ever made a brave move towards your next level and suddenly felt your whole system shut down? Like you take a new job, you finally set a boundary you've been scared to set, or you step into a new version of yourself, and instead of feeling unstoppable, you suddenly get sick, or you feel like your chest tightens, or your thoughts start to spiral, and you feel smaller than you did before. This is not failure. This is not a sign that the shift didn't work. This is what happens when your energy upgrades faster than your body can hold it. But in this episode, I'm going to show you how to stop that collapse that happens right before you break through. We're going to learn how to stabilize your power during a timeline shift, and also why a light body reset can bring your whole system back into alignment so you can actually hold the frequency long enough for your reality to change. So let's get started. All right, the collapse that happens the moment you rise begins the second you take that big step forward, because your energy jumps first and it knows exactly where you're going, and it moves fast. It expands instantly. But your identity, your nervous system, your emotional layer, they move a lot slower.
Wait for me!
So right before a major expansion, you may experience something that feels like confusion, anger, self-doubt, invisibility, even shame. Not because anything's wrong, but because your system is reorganizing around a bigger version of you. It's kind of like your energy says, hey guys, I am ready. And your identity and your body are like, wait, what's happening? Who are we going to be now? So your body goes into this temporary collapse. Your lower back, it starts to fold, right? How many Italians out there? Your lower back starts to kill you, right? Your fascia around your muscles, it tightens. Your solar plexus, so it feels like your gut starts to contract. Your throat, you may start to feel like you're choking. Even your breath feels shallow. And your mind, it's playing all those old stories. This collapse is not who you are. It's who you used to be trying to catch up. But it feels so real. So this is what's happening. When your emotional layers take over, it's not your intuition. It's not your higher self. It's your emotional layer. And it says, I feel uncomfortable. Something is wrong. If I feel anxious, it means this isn't aligned with my purpose, right? If you don't feel confident right away, obviously I'm not ready. And I should probably stop. This is survival intelligence, not spiritual intelligence. Your system is just trying to protect you by dragging you back into your old familiar frequency, even if that frequency is too small for who you're becoming.
And that's not you?
That's not me, Michael.
This is why the collapse always sounds like, I shouldn't have said anything. I went too far. Maybe I imagined all of this, right? Does this all seem kind of familiar to you guys? But that's not the truth. That's just your system recalibrating. Now, what's really interesting is every identity also has a chemical signature, a predictable blend of hormones, peptides, and emotional neurochemicals your body is used to producing. So the moment you step into a future that doesn't match your old energy codes, your biology, it starts to panic. But your energy shifts instantly. It's your body that lags behind. That's why you suddenly feel shaky, exposed, overly emotional, or like you just want to hide. It's your old chemistry trying to drag you back into the familiar past. Even your immune system feels the shift, because this brief stress response suppresses your whole system and overall making you more susceptible to viruses or mild infections while your body adjusts to a state that it isn't chemically used to. So none of this means the shift is failing. It means your biology is updating to match the new frequency you just activated. What you're experiencing isn't emotional chaos. It's an identity recode moment. One of the core principles inside unlocking your hidden energy codes. Because every time your frequency rises, your old codes try to tighten around you. A light body reset bridges this gap. It brings your physical, emotional, and mental layers up to meet the level your light body already shifted into. So you don't collapse back into the old timelines. So let's go over understanding the body map of an energy collapse. When you collapse before an expansion, it's not random. Each part of your body is telling you exactly which identity is trying to take back control. So for example, when your lower back starts to fold, starts to hurt, this is your heart line, your core truth, your life force direction. It's your body saying, let's stay small, let's stay familiar. Then we have your fascia, right? This is tightens. The fascia is your emotional memory, and it stores every unfinished story, every moment you felt unsafe or unseen. So when your fascia tightens before an upgrade, it's releasing the old identity coding. It's literally your old self gripping onto the tissue, trying not to dissolve. Now we're going to go into the solar plex, right? Your gut. When this contracts, this is huge, because your solar plexus is your personal power, your will, your identity, and your internal timeline selector. So when it collapses, it's going to say something like, I don't know who I am yet in this new frequency, because this center holds your emotional imprint of your old timeline, even your old survival strategies. So when the solar plex contracts, your old identity is trying to vote on your next move. It's holding on. This is why the solar plexus is one of the strongest timeline choosers in your whole body. Okay, now let's get into the throat. This one, you start to feel the throat chakra closing. It gets really tight. This is also the frequency broadcaster. So whatever you speak, whatever you say or don't say, your field is going to align with this truth. So when your throat collapses, it means I don't feel safe being the new me yet. Just like the solar plex, the throat is a major timeline chooser because your expression becomes the instructions, your energy field follows. Now, another thing that happens, your breath gets really shallow. And this is your nervous system saying, this is too new, this is too fast, this is too bright. So those shallow breaths, they pull you out of expansion and into survival consciousness. Now, don't get me started with the mind loop, right? Where all of a sudden our thoughts keep going in circles. This is the last attempt of our old frequency to keep itself alive. So when people understand this map, shame starts to dissolve, confusion starts to dissolve. You start to realize that nothing is going wrong. Your body is not fighting you anymore, but your body is updating. The truth is, you're not declining. You are emerging. You're not collapsing because you took a step backwards. You're collapsing because you stepped forward, and your new frequency, it's already online. But your old identity is dissolving. And your emotional layer, it's trying to reorganize itself. Your mind is updating the sense of self. Your collapse is not who you are. It's what you are outgrowing. And this is where the light body reset comes in, the part of the process that pulls everything back into alignment. And here are some quick tips to try. I want you to pause, and I want you to take a second and count backwards from 5. This is going to interrupt the old chemical loop and stop that emotional spiral. Next, I want you to bring awareness to your spine, because your heart line is going to begin to strengthen and straighten. And then your field reorganizes around your core instead of around your fear. Now, this part I think is kind of interesting. I want you to lift the back of your body. So you're going to lift the lower back, lift your ribs, lift your heart. And this is going to pull you out of the collapse instantly. Once you do this, I want you to breathe into your lower belly, because this reactivates grounding and pulls you out of that fight or flight. Once you have all of this flowing, bring awareness now into your heart space, because this is going to switch the fear breath into the expansion breath. And this is where your chemistry all starts to stabilize. And if you want, you could even say, this is expansion, not danger. My body is adjusting. My truth is returning. Why? Because words recode your field. And this is going to align your mental layer with your new frequency your light body is already holding.
The power of the word.
And this is where all that magic happens, because your field snaps back, your nervous system steadies, your emotional layers stop gripping the old version of you, and the collapse dissolves. So you're not breaking down, but you're breaking through. You're expanding faster than your old identity can even keep up with. So a light body reset helps your system to rise to meet the version of you that already exists in the higher timeline. How cool is that? And if you guys want to experience this work live, come and see me at the Consciousness Life Expo in Los Angeles. I'm going to be guiding a powerful activation inside my workshop. We're going to unlock those hidden energy codes on Sunday, February 22nd. It's the perfect energetic boost to launch your activation journey, and I'd love to see you there. Until next time, I'm Marisa Grieco, your mystical guide.